This is Kurrawa TV and welcome Bree Aherne.
Thank you.
Now you're the duty manager at the club. What areas do you oversee when you're on duty? And by the way, love the background. The background looks fantastic. It's all my favourite bottles.
I know, it's pretty good, isn't it?
Stunning. So what areas do you look after?
I'm mainly bar, so I overlook the bar at the moment.
Now, does the role have challenging moments or aspects?
Oh, any role does sometimes, I guess.
Yep. What are they? Tell us some of the most challenging moments besides running out of beer, which would be a terrible moment.
Well, that would be. Has happened, but we always get through. Just with like stock ordering and stuff, I guess if we don't have the product, we can't sell it.
Mm-hmm.
That hardly happens. So that's a good start.
What about the, you mentioned stock ordering. It's, people really don't think much about that, but you've got to really, especially with COVID-19, every cent counts. So how do you determine what drinks will be sold and what won't be?
Just comparing to your week before or like your month before. But with COVID, it's been a little bit harder, obviously, to see how busy we're going to be. But we're starting to pick up again now, which is good. So ordering can start flowing again.
It's got still has this great feel to it, even though 200 of this is the max that can come in. Big club at 450 that can go in there. The 200 still feels really great, and it hasn't lost that atmosphere, has it?
And no, not at all. But definitely for us, we can tell we're used to, like you said, 400 and something seats, going back down to 200. So for us, it's a little bit quieter, but like I said, it's getting busier, so it's good.
Well, I think the patrons were getting rowdier too. I mean, it's like, woohoo, we can come back, and it's so.
You can go grab drinks at the bar now.
And a few beers or a couple of shardies, certainly gets the vocal cords working properly, doesn't it?
It does.
Hey, you've been there for what, 7 years now?
I have.
Now,
yes.
Did you receive a really high degree of training and job learning to become a duty manager?
Yes, I did. I started as a food and beverage attendant and worked my way up to a duty manager. So I've definitely done a lot of learning along the way. Do
you get involved in life-saving activities at the club?
No, I don't.
You don't run out on the beach? And
no, I go swimming, but no saving lives.
I don't think that really counts a whole lot. You know, those IRBs, as Rob was saying the other day, idiots in rubber dinghies, which is, I think it's really funny, but the IRBs, or in rubber boats, I think they're fantastic. If I was to become a member, which they wouldn't let me near a boat, but I would love to be in one of those, especially in the waves and stuff. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
What's your best thing about your job at the club?
Great view, you've got great beers, great food.
Mm-hmm. And what do you love about your job?
My job? Everything.
Everything. See, you're cheating. That's not the way to say it. You should be more precise, but I'll let you pass on this one. Lovely talking to you, Bree. Fantastic. Now you know what I look like. You can still let me in the club instead of calling security. Fantastic. Thank you very much, and look after a wonderful club.
Thank you very much.
The Queensland coastline stretches across 6,973 kilometres. Our surf lifesavers can only patrol so much of this coastline. You wouldn't drive without a seatbelt. We need your help.
Cody!
Don't become another drowning statistic. Always swim between the red and yellow flags.
Welcome back to Kurrawa TV. Kevin Jeffery is a long service member, a stalwart of the club, we might say. Nice to meet you, Kevin.
Thanks very much, Mike.
Now, first I have to ask you, did you water the plants behind you?
Well, Tracy and I are going to do that straight after we have this interview, mate.
Actually, the way they look, I would probably imagine, instead of the water, just to dust them down, they look a bit plasticky. Am I right there?
They might look plasticky, but the Real deal.
Oh my goodness. Okay, take that back. Slap me down with a feather. What does a club mean to you? You've been there for such a long time. What does it mean for you?
Well, look, I've been in a lot of sporting organisations, Mike. We originally, 20 years ago, we came from the south coast of New South Wales, and my kids were into swimming, so we're in a swimming club. I've played a lot of touch football, so I've played at a representative level, so I've been in a touch football environment. But this is an environment that's not just, I paddle a surf ski, and it's not just surf ski paddling that involves me and the club. There's a lot of different facets, such as beach running, boat rowing, board paddling, swimming, pool rescue, IRB racing, and most importantly, basically keeping the public safe in the patrol season with the red and yellow flags.
A very important part, isn't it? The safety. We sometimes forget about that, but that's what it's all about.
It is the most important part of any surf life-saving club to keep the public safe, that's for sure.
Let's talk about if somebody wants to become an active member. That doesn't mean lifting the right arm upstairs. It means downstairs. What do they have to do, and what's expected?
Of a patrolling member? Every 12 months, Mike, we have to get re-accredited, if you will, both theoretically and practically. We have to sit inside and go through our CPR, first aid, to ensure that we're up to speed, because like CPR is not something you do every 5 minutes. So it's pretty important that we keep abreast of any new developments that our training officer presents to us. After we do the theoretical side upstairs, we then go onto the beach and go through some practical scenarios, such as board rescue, tube rescue, and basically what we are expected to do pertaining to contacting the ambulance, family, and other patrol members to get assistance. We've got very fortunate at this club. We've got a first aid room upstairs, and if before the ambulance comes, if there's a spinal or something like that, we can certainly reassure the patient or casualty and ensure that they are comfortable until the ambulance arrives.
From right at the very start, with nippers to, you could be there for your entire life almost. Nippers, a great way to start for the kids. Tell us about your thoughts on the nippers, the little ones.
Yeah, well, mate, I was never a nipper, and my kids weren't. I've got 2 kids, but neither of them were nippers. They come through the cadet system by the time we got involved with surf life saving. But this club basically is an excellent club in the respect it's very well known for its nippers and nipper involvement. We've got a very good committee that runs it, a lot of very, very responsible and good age managers. And basically it's great to see kids coming through, and I have myself, because I'm the oldest male competitor that competes in the water.
You're only 25.
Yeah, 26 next year, so it's pretty good. But it's great to see young kids coming through. We've actually got a few now in the under-17s that have come through nippers and cadets at this club, and it's great to see these guys and girls that are coming through and competing in the open and under-17 and under-19 environment, basically from the good training and education that they've had in the nippers at this club. I think it's a great way to start. It's a great environment. You're out in the fresh air. Very, very good coaches. We're very fortunate, Mike, at this club, mate, that we have. I've had a number of coaches at this club, all excellent, but we have terrific nipper coaches. We've got this year, perhaps we've got probably the best group of coaches we've had for quite a while. We've got Bonnie Hancock, who's very well thought of in the nipper ranks. She's actually coaching at the senior level this year. Paul Witherspoon, who's basically an icon of board paddling and won Australian gold medals And Nick Crilly's probably the best coach I've ever had, and I've had some pretty good ones. 18 Australian gold medals in the ski. Not only that, all those three people are very approachable and all nice people as well.
Now, always important, the supporters to make sure that everything else is achievable, stays afloat. The supporters club upstairs, a lovely place to ponder the day, wash away the salt in the mouth and to think about the next day, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, mate. And without the supporters club assistance, we'd be really doing it tough. We're very fortunate. We've got a pretty good manager in Jeff up here, and he runs a pretty tight ship in the respect that, you know, when we had the COVID-19 and still have the COVID-19, there's still restrictions even now as far as standing around having a beer, which, you know, used to be one of those things that was just a generally accepted thing that we could do. We can't do that anymore. Once we order our beer at the bar, we then have to sit down. So that's tightly managed, and the social distancing and all the other regulations. And so the club in itself has done remarkably well through Jeff's leadership. They have done remarkably well. To stay open, we have a cafe downstairs, Cafe 28. That stayed open during the COVID, with obviously regulations of takeaway only. They've managed to fight their way through that, come out the other side, and we're lucky in this state, Queensland, that we've been able to relax some of our regulations somewhat, as opposed to the other states, and hopefully all this club can go ahead as in leaps and bounds. Now we are doing quite well with the COVID-19 restrictions.
What do they say? One day beautiful, Queensland is open the next, and it's still open. It's fantastic. Now I have to ask you, because obviously you're a man of great experience in the culinary area and the libation area. What's your favourite nosh up?
Well, I like a schooner anew. And I like a cappuccino with cinnamon with 2 sugars.
No, but what about food, though? You've got to have something with a beer.
Can't beat the palmy upstairs, mate. It's outstanding.
Yeah, you can't beat a palmy anywhere. Palmy and a beer, stunning, isn't it?
Well, that's the benchmark, I think. Anywhere you go, everything's gauged on the palmy.
I have to meet you up there one day. We can share a beer. Actually, we can't share a beer anymore. We'll have to have one each, and hopefully it will last us from going from the bar to the table. Sometimes you get to the table and the evaporation is set in and it's all gone. It's just a terrible way to be. All right, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. We'll see you up there, and all the best with the beach activities and upstairs with washing away the salt. Kevin, Jeffery, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike. All the best, mate. Cheers.
Since we've seen you.
You've been stuck at home all this time.
So we reckon you deserve a holiday.
You deserve to stretch your legs.
You deserve a little sun and fun.
You deserve some chill time.
A bit of thrill time.
A bit of you time.
Australia, you deserve to play through.
You deserve a long lunch.
You deserve to sleep in.
You deserve to hang out. Woo!
You deserve a drink.
Or 2. Australia, you deserve some playtime.
Welcome back to Kurrawa TV. Dreana Heward is the gaming supervisor at Kurrawa. Dreana, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. You look great. You're looking fantastic. Beautiful lights in the background, and there's a palm tree to your left. I mean, it says that it's a fun time on the coast, doesn't it?
Yes, it is a fun time on the coast.
Now, you're the club's gaming supervisor. What's involved in your role?
My role is to just monitor the gaming room. I do all the end of month data reporting, organise our gaming promotions, They will be getting organised, I believe, in September. They'll be coming back, so that's really good. We have 71 gaming machines. We only have 36 in play at the moment because of social distancing. So we're continuously monitoring that.
The gaming machines are a very important part of a club, aren't they? I mean, my mum from a long time ago used to go to a club in Ocean Grove in Victoria, and she would sit there with her 5-cent pieces and would play and play and would be as happy as a pig in mud. And they're very important to a community, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your favourite machine there? Do you have one, or aren't you allowed to say?
I'm a fan of the Monopoly machine. I think that's a great machine.
And do you have many winners there?
Yes, we do. Yep.
What's the biggest amount so far that you've experienced?
Oh, when our jackpots go off, our Dragon Links and our Lightning Links go off.
Hey, how long have you been involved with this part of the business for?
I've been in gaming for 8 years. I've started at Kurrawa in the bar, and I've been here 13 years this year in September.
Tell us about the gaming facilities at the club and the type of entertainment and level of service that you offer.
We always offer a high standard of service. We serve drinks in our gaming room and food as well. If someone would like to order some food, we're happy to get that for them.
What's your favourite food?
I'm a fan of the chicken Caesar and
Yum.
also the cheesy bird pizza.
Now, a lot of competition in the area. You've got the casino across the road, other clubs doing with all the gaming machines. What do patrons expect? And tell us about the competition. How do you adjust yourselves to that competition?
We always have competition, but I think our club stands out because it's individual. We have great service, great staff, great management team. That's why I've been here for so long.
It's amazing because there's a lot of people that have been with the club for a long time. Normally in this sort of business, people move around. What makes it a really good place to work?
I just think we have a great team, really. Hire good staff with great experience. We offer excellence in customer service.
And always with a smile. I know because you've actually you've actually served me a drink. And look, it's fantastic chatting. Great club, great people. I must try the pokies next time. Hopefully I can win something. Now, any tips later on, they're always welcome. Dreana, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Tragically, each year people lose their lives on Queensland beaches, leaving families and loved ones heartbroken and devastated. But the sad reality is, many drownings can be prevented. Please, put safety first and only swim between the red and yellow flags, for your sake and theirs.
Mark Scott is a Surf Lifesaving Club member and the current Surf Lifesaving Club Supporters Secretary. Mark, nice to meet you.
Nice to be here.
Mark, tell us about your role at the club. It's in a very, very important role, and the club, by the way, is a very important part of the community.
Yes, it is, Mike. My role as secretary on the Supporters Club. The Supporters Club, their primary objective is to maximise the return on the business up here in providing funds for the Kurrawa Surf Club side of things to put effective patrols on the beach, and also there's contributions to the wider community outside of the club as well.
COVID-19 must have created a bit of a headache for you.
Oh, look, it has for the whole club. We're all in it together. Obviously, there's been some tough decisions that have had to have been made, given the the impact on revenue here. More important than ever, I suppose, we respect and support the decisions made by both committees, the Surf Club committees and Supporters Club committees, and get on with it. I'm very mindful of the hard work done by our old boys and old girls over many decades before I was here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of those people are still here today making the same contributions. So, we need to maintain and build on what our past members and many of our current members have provided for us over the last 50 years or so.
The atmosphere of a club is really important. If you go to a club, and because it's a big area upstairs, 450 seats, and it's really big, but even with 200, I have to say, I was there last week just doing some sampling of some of the beer, and by the way, it was beaut. I have to say, it didn't feel like it was only half full.
It's a good atmosphere up here. Look, even the club's very well laid out, I suppose. As far as design goes, and there is still a good ambience up here. I tend to get up here on a Friday night and a Sunday on a regular basis, and certainly that local feel is still here. Not only with surf club members that frequent the club upstairs here, but also our supporters club, social club members, who also help put effective patrols on the beach by patronising the club up here. So it's a great environment.
It's the often talk about how the club is so community, say, orientated, or it's got this great community feel, but it really has. It's sort of the conduit for the whole community, and not just for Broadbeach. It reaches all over the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, and even overseas. So it has this, no matter where you are, if you're watching this in Victoria right now, we can understand the pain you're going through, but it's you have a great club here on the Gold Coast. Yeah, look, we do, and we're all part of the we're all part of surf lifesaving. No matter where we go, we visit other clubs, surf carnivals at other clubs, other states. The values are the same, the objectives are the same. It's just a great environment. Let's not forget, we're here primarily, one, to keep our beaches safe, whether it's Kurrawa or elsewhere, and also, provide those opportunities for our young members in providing them with a lot of valuable life skills that they can take, utilise within the movement, and also take with them for their life outside of surf lifesaving. We often talk about membership. What have you gained from being a member? And can I ask you how long you've been with the club for? So we joined as a Nipper family in 2004. My wife Karen and two daughters. And, we did what Nipper families did then. We got involved, helped out on the barbecue, at carnivals, as age managers, workforce, that type of thing there. And then just we both transitioned into committee roles, in the surf club and surf lifesaving club. So it's just flowed on from there. Probably the obviously the big thing that we've got out of this is obviously the friendships along the way. The relationships and the friendships with staff, our members, our trainers, our coaches, athletes, and of course our supporters club, social club members up here. It's been a very valuable experience, that's for sure. With COVID-19 still being around, and it's just lurking behind the corner, so we have to be careful. But how does this affect gaining new members? Look, I think I'm not sure of what our current social club, supporters club membership would be at the moment. I'd expect, obviously, as with any business, we're going to take a bit of a hit. It's a good opportunity to reset. Focus on what we are providing to the people that can be here, and just improve as much as we can on the quality and the service that we are providing to our members. And if we do that right, that membership base will build again. No different to the surf lifesaving side of things, in what we offer
as far as structure and opportunities, particularly for our young people on the beach, our young members on the beach. So, if we do it right, the membership will grow.
A very good friend, Dr. Ivan Meisner, was saying that in this day and age, and this applies to the surf club because you've done it well, with COVID, he was saying that you pause, you reflect, and then you innovate. That's what's happened with the club, a great part of the community. Mark, been a pleasure talking with you. Mark Scott, thank you very much.
Likewise, Mike. Thanks for your time.